Welcome back to Spring Into Math 6. This is Mr. Stein, and today we're going to talk about how to compute quotients of fractions. Okay, in the last section we reviewed how to do problems with a fraction and an integer. Now we're going to compute quotients of fractions, which simply means to solve word problems involving division of fractions by fractions. So let's take a closer look. All right, so our first example is how many 3/4 cup servings are in 2/3 cups of coffee? So, as always, we kind of look at what we're being asked to do. And so in this case, we're dividing. So we're saying 3/2 divided by 3/4. So, just like we always do, when we have 3/2 divided by 3/4, when you have a fraction divided by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal or flip and multiply. So you take 3/2 times 4/3, and then you just multiply across. 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, we have 12/6, and we can't leave it as that, so we have to simplify it. And in simplifying it, we have 12 divided by 6. It would normally maybe give us a mixed number, but in this case, it just divides evenly into 2. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So how many 3/4 servings are in 3/2 cups? It would be 2. Okay, Watson made chocolate cookies and he wants to serve his friends. He wants to give each friend 1/4 of a plate of cookies. How many servings are in 3 plates of cookies? All right, so there's going to be a number of ways to do this, but I think the easiest is just to simply divide. So you could divide the 3 plates by the 1/4 you're trying to give each friend. So you have 3 divided by 1/4. So the first thing you're going to need to do is make the whole number of 3 into a fraction, so you just put it over 1, so it becomes 3/1, divided by 1/4, and then again, you flip it and multiply, or multiply by the reciprocal, so it's 3 times 4 is 12, 1 times 1 is 1, so 12/1 is simply 12. All right, so another one here, we're talking about Perry, and he's purchased a bunch of grapes. He wants to share them with his 5 friends. How many grapes will each friend get if all 5 friends share 1/3 pound of grapes equally? So you have 5 friends sharing a 1/3 pound of grapes. So again, you take the 1/3 pound of grapes and you divide it by the number of friends. You take 1/3 divided by 5. So essentially you take 1/3 divided by 5/1. And when you're dividing 2 fractions, you flip and multiply, or multiply by the reciprocal. So it becomes 1/3 times 1/5. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. And 3 times 5 is 15. So each friend is going to get 1/15 pound of grapes. Okay, that's going to be our quick review of this content. I'll see you next time.